and welcome to Beer and Breakfast, your matchday morning build-up show. Out the night before on early access. Oh, we've got a lot to talk about.
The morning, QPR away. It's a big game.
I'm Johnny.
And I'm Jono.
And let's look at what we've got coming up this week.
We look back at the Cardiff win.
We've got fan previews ahead of Friday's game.
The latest news and rumours.
A look at Queen's Park Rangers.
This week's This or That.
Predictions for Friday's game.
And plenty more.
Okay, let's get it over and done with. Cardiff, 1-0 win. Helps us towards the playoffs, helps us limp closer to 6th, possibly even 5th somehow. Not a good game.
Nope, not a sparkling performance, but the win was greatly needed. Nice to see a Sharp back on the pitch.
Yeah.
Basham, better game.
A lot better game. A lot, like fucking night and day. Jesus.
Yeah, it's good to have players back, senior players back, come back at the right time.
My biggest gripe of the game was, one, not taking chances. Just simple as that. But then again, without strikers, Billy Sharp only came on for a cameo towards the end. What do we expect?
But he caused that nuisance up front and said Mo chasing after lovely, just hopeful balls, but he was chasing him, just putting pressure on the defenders all the time.
That's what Billy Sharp does.
What we've missed greatly.
I was watching some of the highlights back on Quest after I watched the Fury fight. Good win, Tyson Fury, by the way. But you watch what he does. As well as scoring goals, he drags players with him. And that opens up pockets of space.
And that allowed Sander Berg's attempt at the post, but
yeah.
You could see he dragged 2 defenders away.
Yeah, we've got to follow Sharp, got to follow Sharp. It's all that's in their head.
Just little things like that people don't really notice.
And, oh God, we missed him and we need him back. We'll come on to it now, actually. News and rumours, he could be injured again. There are rumours in the grapevine. Hopefully Eke will put it to bed in the press conference, which we will be cutting to in a moment. Obviously, as the time of recording, this is not made it yet. But we'll cut to it
I just made my day.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's bollocks. I'm hoping that he's all right. And we will see him for the rest of the season and in the playoffs. Because without him, I don't think we've got any chance whatsoever.
I agree.
I fully agree.
Because we've been struggling for goals and we need him.
Big time. Big time. Anyway, let's cut to Eke and see what he's got to say.
George Baldock, how is he today?
Yeah, not trained with the squad, but like I say, we were pleased after we got the scan because we knew there was a bit of damage there, but nothing significant. So, yeah, we're expecting him to be back with us. Challenging in that respect, and everyone has injuries. I get that. But we've had horrific ones, and we're looking into every single reason about that. Whether it's been the training pitch, whether it's been obviously right back to how pre-season suffered through COVID and only one pre-season game and forever playing catch-up and players not having the money in the bank, if you like, in terms of fitness and conditioning levels. Then we had that really strange period when we had teams cancelling on us, and now that affects us training load, and we expected some comeback off that, but not as much as we've had. So yeah, we need to really get control over as many of those things as we can for next season, and then at least once we know we've put certain things right, we can narrow other things down and start working on that if it was ever to happen again. But at the minute, I think we've had that many things pose problems that whenever there's been an opportunity for something to go wrong, in that respect it has. And obviously the training pitch we just spoke with, but this season we had that week of race straight after Fulham. We had a couple of days rain and we never got the training pitch back at all. It wouldn't drain, and then you're going from either training indoor, Astro, heavy pitch, then onto Bramall Lane, which is firm. At a time when you're not doing too much, so there's so many things where it's not great and you're half expecting things then to be a consequence off the back of it. So we won't be able to say it's definitely that, but we certainly know that they contribute and we want to get a grip of those things.
Is Billy Sharp in a position where he might be able to start after his cameo last weekend?
Yeah, obviously he's getting him them minutes was vital, so yeah, we know how important he is to us. Top scorer, let's just get it right, regardless of what I think of him as a bloke and where he is in terms of his contribution here. He's a top scorer, so yeah, we want him. Yeah, one or two little things carrying. Flecky ongoing issue which you're managing, and he's managing. The usual knocks and niggles and things. This stage of the season, you're never 100%, but yeah, we're managing his way through those. That's good.
Let's look at QPR. We played him very recently due to the old COVID thing that happened in the season. They were awful. They were I'd say probably the worst team I've seen at Bramall Lane this season.
Let's hope they play exactly the same Friday night tonight.
They're going to win now, I've said that. Yeah, tonight, Jono. They're going to win now, I've said this, aren't they?
It's United way, isn't it? It really is. It's just...
No, it's a Shoreham view.
Hello to yours.
Hi, Hal.
But yeah, it's just how United do it. You expect him to win prime position. It's all in his own hands. I guarantee we're going to lose this one.
Yeah, I'm not confident.
Sorry to be negative, but as a Blade, you should know.
Welcome to Chardonnay and lettuce again. No, I'm not confident in this. I'm more confident about the Fulham game. I think we're going to win the Fulham game. But this is away from home. As away from home is even so hit and miss. I just don't see anything other than a loss, and I can see it being a big loss. I can see them. No,
we don't concede goals much.
Coventry.
I knew you wouldn't say that.
It is. I see it being very similar to the Coventry game. Team that's hit and miss. They're not all bad because they have had a hit and miss season. Otherwise, they won't be where they are.
I do think we'll set up not to lose this match, though.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem, though. When we do that, we lose, and heavily.
You're not making this away day exciting at the moment.
We'll be drunk. What do we care?
Oh, standard.
I mean, if you look at QPR, the way they play, I don't know why Charlie Austin didn't play at our place. They were crying out for a player like him.
I'm glad he didn't.
I'm glad he didn't. I'm very glad he didn't.
Well, then again, I don't rate him that much, actually. His best days are behind him.
I wouldn't mind him as a backup to Billy Sharp.
Well, I'll have a swap for Ollie McBain then.
Yeah, you know what? I'd take it. You need, in my book, a pool of strikers, and I'd say two in him. I'd say Charlie Austin.
He's got to be getting on, though. So you're having two Oldens up front if you want a player like him.
Yeah, but I'd replace Didsey with him. I think he's more of a sharp style player.
Forgotten man, Didsey, isn't he?
He is, but I think it's just the fact that he's injured now, and I don't see him coming back from this injury to be the same player he were. Yeah. I love the guy to pieces. He's one of my favourite players of all time. He's one of my favourite all-time Sheffield United players, and he's not even been here that long, realistically, compared to some other legends of the club. But he's one of the all-time greats in my book, not just for goals scored, but for the way he plays, his footballing ability, his footballing brain, the way he adheres himself to the crowd. I just love the man to pieces, but I don't see him coming back as the same player, and I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Didsey tarnish his legacy. So if you're talking about who would I replace Charlie Austin with, it'd be Didsey, because he's more of a sharp type player. So if you take Sharp off, you can put Austin on. If you take Austin off, you can put Sharp on. Blah 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 blah.
All right, yeah, I see where it's not going to happen. But
no, it's not going to happen.
Hypothetically,
it'd be a good plan because he just like Sharp pulls players out of position, does that same role, Fox in the box style player, and then you've got another option up for a quicker, younger player there. You need a pool of strikers where
two alongside Brewster, hopefully.
Yeah, you need at least 4 strikers minimum where 2 of each play the same way. We did have a fair pool of strikers, or from a dead, gone, or anything, but they all play differently. So there's no consistent plan there because they all play in a different style. And a lot of them styles don't fit with how we play football. Other than that, there's not much I can say about QPR. I've not watched them all season, but somebody who has is Clive from Loft for Words.
I love it.
He loves it. Clive, take it away.
QPR, so God, mate, what can I tell you? The scale of the drop-off and the way we've collapsed in the second half of the season has been alarming and has just confused everybody, to be honest. You're coming to a bit of a shell-shocked club and support base on Friday. I don't really know what to say to you. Last time we spoke, we'd obviously finished last season really strongly. We then had what we thought was a good summer where we secured all the loan signings that had helped with the uptick last season. We made signings on top of that which looked good. We didn't sell any of our best players last summer, which we've had to do in previous years. So optimism and expectation was very high coming into the year, and we started off well. Just in the playoff places all the way through the latter half of 2021, went into January, Didn't lose a game in January, won 5, drew 2, manager of the month, player of the month, everything going fine. I thought we were reasonably well positioned to push Bournemouth for second, actually, and wasn't even really worried about making the playoffs, because at that point we'd put so many points on the board already that you really only needed to win, I said at the time, 7 of our last sort of 18, 19 games, which is, that's similar form to what Hull were in at the time in 19th. So even if we dropped off to that extent, I thought we would still make it. And that maths is pretty spot on, actually, because even if we'd won 2 more games than we have, we'd be right in there. So if we'd won 7, we'd have definitely made it. So the fact that we couldn't even put 7 wins out of nearly 20 games, that tells you something, that where we were and where we've gone to. I don't think the manager's done a particularly good job of explaining it. He always protects his players. He's always talking about you have to credit the players and whatever. Yeah, I don't think he's done a particularly good job of explaining how you go from being the 3rd best team in the league to literally the worst, because everybody, including Peter and Barnsley, have taken more points than us since the start of February. You're coming basically to a club in no form at all, not playing very well. We had to win at Stoke last Saturday to keep it going, and we would slip it in there if we had. One of the worst performances of the season, no shots on goal, lost 1-0 against a team that's got just as many injuries to key players as we have and has nothing to play for. Just completely insipid and not good enough, really. So I think you're coming to a team in no kind of form. Everybody's miserable. Everybody's falling out with each other on and off the pitch. I expect the ground to be half full, partly because of this and partly because of obviously the late Sky move. There'll be no kind of atmosphere. I don't expect us to get any kind of result, sadly. If you could pick a team to play at the moment needing a result, you would play us, because there's just nothing about us anymore. And to have gone from where we were to now sort of questioning how it's all happened, and it's difficult to see Mark Warburton carrying on next year now, to be honest. And if you told me at the start of February that by the end of April this is where we'd be and that's what I'd be saying, I just would have laughed at you. I wouldn't have thought it possible. So how it's come about, we're not sure, but yeah, we've died a pretty horrible death, mate, to be honest.
Some other news.
Other rumours.
Some other rumours. We are in the process of a takeover. This isn't a new situation. This isn't, as you might think, it's just come out in the news, so it's only just happened. I have it under good authority that this has been on the works, and even deals signed anything up to 2 to 3 months ago.
I've heard the same, yeah. 2 months ago this bid were accepted.
And we're just waiting for it to be ratified. There are other things that have happened since that make me believe this source that's told me this. Sometimes sources are hit and miss. Sometimes it's,
Like brown sauce.
Sometimes it's Aldi's own... Sometimes it's Aldi's own tomato ketchup. Other times it's Heinz tomato ketchup. With things that have gone on after this, it puts me more in a position to believe that this was signed months ago. It's affected other aspects of the club, such as kit manufacturer. We might not even have a kit next season.
It might be right about months ago, because they said that it's very time consuming when he tried to buy Newcastle.
Did, and it all comes down to ratifying them. From what I've heard, it's not a case of it's dodgy or anything like that. A lot of American companies, especially ones based in California, Las Vegas, etc., have a hard time when it comes to other country standards showing where the money comes from, because they don't have to keep the same records we keep. They have to keep a lot of records. I'm not saying that it's the Wild West, but they can't account where some income comes from in the same predictions that we can, and that's what's holding it back. Also, I think he's the world's quietest billionaire. Nobody knows anything about him. Does he even exist?
As long as he's got money, it don't really matter.
I reckon it's Zuckerberg. And this is just like a character he's made on Facebook.
Or Musk.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love that. Elon Musk. Why buy Twitter when you could have bought Sheffield United, you bastard? If Ryan Reynolds can take over Wrexham, Elon Musk can take over Sheffield United. Anyway, rather than discussing any further about what we think about the obviously what's going to happen and whether we want it to happen, that could lead us firmly into a game of...
This or that.
So, the takeover. Do we want it to happen? And reasons why. Jono, it's your favourite game of all time.
I look forward to this all week.
All week. This is his highlight of every week. So, well, it's definitely not the football at the minute, so it might as well be this. Jono, do you want the takeover to happen?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Controversially, when the Prince came in and he were all lovely doubly at the Bramall Lane,
When he came in as full controller, when he first came in as a partner?
when United were doing well,
Right, okay.
it was a joy to listen to. It seemed to be a lot of hands-on. But since the declining, United has not done so well. He doesn't seem bothered and can't wait to get rid. I don't think he likes United fans very much, to be honest with you. I think he gets a bit of a hard time from most people on social media about it.
I can't imagine who.
I just think he's had enough at club. He wants to sell, so sell. I just don't want him to sell to somebody that's going to give us in shit.
Okay.
Johnny, tell me your answer. They're going to break it one of these days.
It's a definite yes. Prince has had enough at club. I've had enough at Prince. I just think since he took full control of the club, since the Prince took full 100% of the club has gone backwards. You can blame COVID, you can blame this, you can blame this, you can blame this. It comes down to one deciding factor. The man and his team do not know how to run a football club. There's a difference between some Saudi Arabian team and an English team. There's a difference between a Saudi Arabian team and a Belgian team. And look how well the Belgian team's doing. There are things this man just is inept about, clueless about, and unable to run the club in a decent manner is not one of his abilities, I don't think. I want to see him gone. I don't care who to. People go, oh, well, that's daft. And they say, no, you have to take a gamble in life.
Not to anyone.
No, well, yeah, not
just because they don't like.
No, that's me strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I misspoke on that one. Not to anybody. I don't want Vincent Tan at the club. But, you know, look at the gambles. Two different owners, both from the same country. Thailand. One buys Leicester City. Another Thai man buys Sheffield, South Barnsley. Two very different directions, Two different outcomes, two different owners. You have to take a gamble. People say, I don't want Americans running the club. Tell that to Liverpool.
They always moaning about him, and I don't know why, where they are.
Because that's Liverpool, they want instant success. Some of our fans want instant success, which I don't get. But
aren't Man United owners American
they are,
as well?
that's what I mean. It's a gamble. You have to take a gamble. We've been here before, and we're Sheffield United, so we're probably not going to get the Liverpool side of things. But we might not get the Man U side of things.
But then again, if we get Man U side of things, who's going to spend 100 million on stupid players, then, well, it's their money, I suppose, but I'd like to see it at Bramall Lane.
When are Man U finishing in Premier League every year?
Exactly. I mean, they cry about bleeding owners for some reason when they're still getting all this money pumped into the club. It's the players on the pitch that's getting bought that's no good. It's not their owners. So, to me, I'd like them to come in.
I want them to come in, desperately. Just EFL, ratify the goddamn thing. Just do it. I'd take the risk. You don't have a risk, you don't get rewards. And I think it's time for a shake-up. The Prince doesn't know how to run the club. The Prince, and people go, but we've made profits, we've done this, we've done that. Yeah, we've also got a training ground, which is injuring people. We've got a training ground that's an embarrassment. Keep your eye on the Athletic for what might be coming out. Just keep your eye on also. There's just so many things he does wrong. The club has gone downhill since the Prince took over in full control. And I just want to see a change. Thank you for the money you've put in. I don't thank you for the decline in some certain situations. I thank you for painting the fucking labour stand. I thank you for some other stuff. You've not been all bad. You have done some good things. I'll give you an hard time.
I didn't think you would give him any credit.
No, you have to. You have to.
Well done.
There are things that you have to give credit for. It'd be irresponsible for me not to do. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to take a personal agenda. It's not personal. It could be a lovely bloke. I'm speaking purely on an owner side of things. He's done some good things.
Yeah.
He's done some really awful things as well. And unfortunately for me, the bad outshines the good in this situation, and it's time to move on. That's what we think. We've got the fan previews coming up now. Whether to talk about the takeover, I think a few of them might sneak it in.
It's worth talking about.
It's worth talking about. It could just be QPR previews. They might have ignored it completely. But let's see what the fans have to say.
Producer Josh here. Don't mind the cardboard cutout of George Russell. I promise it was a gift. Second to last game of the season, QPR away. we got lucky with some results when we won against Cardiff last week, so hopefully we can get lucky again and make this top 6 even more secure. There's nothing I'd like more than to get to the playoffs, to be honest with you. Are we ready for it? Who fucking knows? But I think if we had Hecky from the start of the season, we'd be in an even stronger position than we are now. So all we can do is sit back, enjoy, and see McBurney get no more goals this season. Sorry, McBurney. Have a good game.
Hi mate, hope we're all good. Just a quick preview for the huge game on Friday night away at QPR. Obviously it's a bit of a bummer being on Friday night for starters, but obviously that's just Sky being Sky. Myself personally finished work a little bit earlier on the Friday, so I'm able to get myself down, but obviously feel for the fans that would normally be able to get down on a Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff, but ultimately can't because Sky have decided that they're going to move it to a Friday night. But it is what it is. In terms of the game itself, I think it's absolutely must win. Knowing what comes a week later in Fulham, I know they may be already on the beach by then, but I don't think we can go in the attitude of, I know 4 points would see us over the line and get us in the playoffs, but I don't think we can go into that attitude of a point will do and we'll try and win it. We'll try and get the 3 points a week after. Deal with the game in front of you, win this game on Friday. I know we played them not so long back, didn't we? And I didn't reckon too much to them, but I think they'll be a different proposition. Obviously, I think it's their last home game. I know they're not mathematically out of the playoff hunt, but I don't think they can get in realistically with goal difference and stuff like that. But they'll be wanting to leave their fans with a win. But for us, we've got to go in, with an absolute must-win attitude for me. I'd probably start in terms of team shape. I know we've got Billy probably chomping at the bit to get back in, but I'd probably start with the same team. I think Ndai, to bring Sharp in, you'd probably have to drop Ndai at the minute because he's not going to drop Berg or Gibbs White. So for me, I'd keep the same team, then bring Billy off the bench if needed. My head is telling me that we are going to blow it, but I don't even know. I'm a bag of nerves, to be honest, but I'm going to think positive and I'm going to go 1-0 Blades winner, 89th minute.
What a massive game we've got coming up on Friday night, which, to be honest, should be Saturday day, but Sky want football to be for the fans but change the kick-off times to not suit them a lot. But I hope the Blades who are making the trip still going for the weekend and still enjoy it, but I'll be watching it in the telly, cacking myself. It's a really big game, this, against QPR. We don't know who's going to be starting up front. If it's Njai again, I'm not going to be displeased with it, but you really want Sharp up there leading the line, but we don't really know exactly how fit he is. And QPR getting a little bit of form back, even though they lost to Stoke. They've really fell off a cliff, and hopefully we can take advantage of it. We beat them fairly comfortably at the Lane, and not too long ago at all, due to the rearranged fixture. But I'm just hoping that we can repeat the feat and get ourselves secure in those playoffs, because Millwall, Blackburn, Middlesbrough are going to continue to breathe down on X. Last weekend was a really good weekend for us in terms of their results. Obviously Blackburn won, but Middlesbrough and Millwall both dropping points was excellent for us, and you just got to sort of hope that they do the same. And Middlesbrough have obviously got that game in hand, but it's in our hands. It's 2 tough games to end the season with, but it's absolutely in our hands, and that's the position we want to be in. So for now it's just fingers crossed and hope we come out with it. Go on, Blades.
So QPR away, it's the 5th must-win game out of 5 games. Of the previous 4 must-win games, we only actually won one of them, and we didn't really need to win that one, as it turns out. So yeah, I'm saying it's a must-win game, but I think if we were to win it, I don't want to say it, but I think it'd be almost enough. I think we'd be in the playoffs. I bet I said it. I didn't want to say it, but I did say it. Shows I don't even listen to my own brain. But I genuinely think that if we win, the rest of them will shit themselves and choke, and they've been pretty much choking all along anyway. No one seems to be wanting to get that 6th spot, and we're all sort of stumbling over the line. But yeah, I think if we win, they'll all choke, and I think we'll be okay. I think even if we don't win, they'll probably still all shit themselves and choke. That's what's been going on, and I don't know why auto asphyxiation is all the rage among Championship managers at the minute. Which would that make Wilder Michael Hutchins? If it did, it'd make Alan Neil Paul the Yates. I don't think anyone's ready for that. But anyway, yeah, I genuinely do think if we win on Friday, we're up. No, okay, maybe not up, but we're in the playoffs. And yeah, that's it. That's my optimism for the day. Obviously, dead bat rubbing off on me, etc., etc. The pessimism in me says we're not going to win on Friday. But I think we've got to go for it. I think we really have to pick the best possible team. Go for it from the off. Don't play anything cagey. Try and win. Approach the game to win it. Because I think it's the way to go. We win it and we're looking pretty good. Obviously, I'm speaking before Middlesbrough play tonight. I'm recording this on whatever day it is today, Wednesday. They'll probably go and win about 5-0 or something and throw it all into a mockery, just like Blackburn won the previous night by a few goals. Not even mention them on Tufty Club podcast. We just talking about all the other teams, forgot about them. They didn't come out of nowhere. They came out of a few positions below us. So it's still anyone's, but I'm going to say it now. If we win, it's ours. I think we'll draw.
So that's what the fans have had to say. Speaking of fans, can we address the state of the atmosphere of Bramall Lane? And I mean state quite literally. What is happening?
It's so quiet, isn't it? Everybody's busy on the phones, having a chat about
I'm
what
busy on my phone, I still
weekend. Maybe you're filming match, aren't you? You're not texting other half saying, yeah, love, just at match.
Just at match?
With bro. It's just, I don't know. It's just dead.
Yeah, it is. It's 100% dead. One of the big problems is, and I'm not saying we're the song starters, we're amazing, and no. Somebody else on Cop Track sings, we'll join in with them.
Yep.
But if we sing, nobody else is joining in. They only sing if they start their own songs. And all the classics aren't getting sung. It has to be these newfangled fucking either ballads or 18...
That nobody knows words to.
Yeah, these 18-word fucking Shyamalan songs. Like, keep it simple.
So get song sheets out, pass them round.
Yeah. I got messaged by somebody who's a nice kid. He wants ultra culture at the Lane. I think that can fuck right off.
I welt for that.
What, drums?
Drums.
Fuck off.
Microphones.
Fuck off.
All in the same outfits. Pyros.
Fight and win!
Flags.
Barbecue. All that fucking MLS shit.
Any atmosphere at the moment would be welcomed.
Fuck off. If drum comes in, a drum comes in.
I'm going to bring drum. And I'm going to play it.
I will put that drum on your head and I'll play the drum on your head. Bang on, if you want a drum, bang on side at fucking cop like a normal
It does sound alright, actually, yeah.
That sounds alright. Yeah. Do that, that's fine. Bang some metal with your hand, toughen up.
Or wood, that hurts.
Yeah, do it on wood, that does fucking hurt. But do it, I'd rather that. Fuck this ultra culture bollocks. Stop these fucking 20-word fucking essay songs. Sing the simple ones. Simple ones get the atmosphere going. Even ones where there are some songs that don't even have any words and they get the crowd going.
Yeah.
Just a tune. Join arms, jump about, have a laugh. Don't only sing if you're the one starting the song. Fucking join in with everybody else. It's meant to be a party atmosphere, team effort.
So it's two gangways at the moment and it's singing on Cop.
Yeah.
Ours and next one over, it's...
They're both gangway G, but it's split into two.
Yeah, it's a shame to see. Yeah, surely them on Leviston like a sing song.
Don't know, might have a prawn sandwich to eat. Only kidding, fucking hell. Don't come at me, I know you're not that bad. But no, it needs improving. I know the football hasn't been great, but we've also been loud at times where the football hasn't been great in the past, so what's the excuse here?
Don't know, it's just, come back from COVID, it just seems to be deader atmosphere. It's not just at Lane as well. We've been quite a few away days. And
full
all
of away
ways.
game where we didn't sell out, atmosphere were amazing.
Yeah.
Every away game we sold out, atmosphere's been shit.
Yeah. But every, stadium that we've been in, and you're not going to like it, but Derby were pretty loud. Probably the best one we've been to for atmosphere.
Yeah. Huddersfield better than them.
They had a drum.
Yeah, but
it's because they had a drum.
No, it's not because they had a drum. It's because more than one stand sang. Derby fans, only people who sang were them cunts with a drum.
No, because then they were at the other side as well. Then they were actually telling that side to do a song. They started it, and I thought that was pretty good.
I thought it was shit.
Yeah, you would.
I thought it was absolutely bollocks. As soon as when they were singing Foot the AFL, as soon as we came back with Pay Your Fucking Bills, they went quiet for 10 minutes.
That's all we sang.
I know, how bad is that from our point of view? But we sang that. I started that. Very good. We sang Pay Your Fucking Bills, and then suddenly they went quiet for 10 minutes because they didn't know what to say. Huddersfield, you couldn't get a song in because they never shut up. And it weren't just the drumming section. The other stands joined in. That's an atmosphere where everybody joins in, not just one section. And we need to book his ideas up because without the fans, You can see the players trying to get the fans up off their feet.
They've done that a few times on the outside lines, just geared them up. And
yeah. And we need to get... There's too many angles on that.
You want players to start performing. Look at themselves first.
Yeah. At Bramall Lane in Premier League, when there's 30,000, there's enough vocal there to get us atmosphere going. A lot of them have got pissed off, gone, but the angers on for some reason have stayed. It's usually them that go first.
Yeah.
And it needs sorting, because otherwise nothing's going to get any better. Final thoughts, Jono?
Don't fuck it up, Blades. Yeah. Let's beat QPR. And then we've got that really good cushion just to keep us in playoffs, but then we've got the playoffs.
We're not going to get in playoffs. There's so many games coming up, and I'm not confident for this one. And I think if we fuck this game up, which I think we will do, and that's no disrespect to players, they're going to get everything. They're going to fight, but it all depends on how we go out on the day. And I can see us, like you said, lining up not to lose rather than winning the game. And that'd be a crying shame. I want to be wrong. Eke, don't do it. Go out there to win. And I mean guff at throat. Do it, Eke, please. But I just don't see it being a good game for us. And I think if we fuck this game up, we fucked ourselves over big time. Because the other teams have got big games coming up that are more winnable.
Definitely. I mean, following my last games, it's not ideal.
I think we've got more of a chance in that one than we have for the QPR game. I back us more on home soil than I do away.
Well, if that's right, we've still got a 3-point cushion, depending on Middlesbrough's result against Cardiff. We've still got a 3-point cushion, so we can afford to lose at QPR.
Yeah, allegedly.
We'll see.
Score prediction.
2-1 to QPR.
4-1 QPR. 4-1 QPR, I'm saying.
Better get a few more beers for Drainer.
Yeah, I'm going to take at least 20. I can't end it like that. My heart says 1-0 Sheffield United, my head says 4-1 QPR. Let's put it that way. My heart sees us getting that goal and it being magnificent, and all the fans on the top tier falling over the edge onto the bottom tier, and a wild celebration of pyro and glory before playoff heartbreak inevitably ensues.
Excellent
stuff.
I'll take a draw though. I think a draw's not the end of the world.
No, I'd take a 1-1. I don't want a 0-0 because a 0-0's so demoralising.
4-4 then.
4-4. Let's have a 4-4. That'd be good. 4-0 wouldn't be nice. Can you imagine? Share your opinions. How's the game going to go? Put your comments down below. Do you agree with us? Disagree with us? All opinions welcome, unless you've been a dick about it. Put it down below. Let us know what you think is going to happen on Friday's game. Let us know what you think is going to happen in the playoffs. Let us know if you enjoyed this video. If you did, what do we do?
Like and subscribe. Don't cost you a damn penny.
I don't know who that was an impression of, but it was damn good. You're doing your American impressions for the new owners.
Welcome, soccer fans.
Yes, if you have enjoyed this video, please like, please do subscribe. It does help us out a lot. We are a bit rushed this week, obviously due to timings. It's a Friday game, so everything needs to be...
We've got to go to Wetherspoons for his breakfast, so...
Yeah, we're off to Spoons for his breakfast, because this is definitely live.
Coach sets off at 12:30.
Despite the fact that it came out on early access the night before. Time machines.
Time machines.
We hope you've enjoyed this. I've been Johnny.
I'm Jarno.
Cheers.